Welcome back. We're here to do the super chats. Yes, I am fashionably late as usual. We will put the disclaimers up in relationship to these super chats. I give no legal, professional, financial, or psychological advice. Um, and that's mainly so you guys, so we're covering all bases. I'm looking pretty horrendous. I have been multitasking at such a high level, it has been absolutely ridiculous. I can't believe I'm here live today. But I also do know that we do have transits that are pretty tough. And I'm going to briefly talk about it. And then we're going to jump straight into the super chats because yesterday, this silly coot did block her schedule out, which was already pre scheduled for clients. And then I had scheduled the Wednesday, and that's because I think all of us are juggling quite a bit at the moment. And this idiot just, and I couldn't do it remotely. So while I was at my other job, I was trying to go through the streaming app, which I do need to actually download StreamYards into my phone. So if I want to make any changes, I can directly do it. So apologies for that. It's a one off. Okay, so now very briefly, we're going to talk about some ways you might want to handle this Scorpio moon. And I'm going to change the title of this video because, as mentioned, a lot of people do jump onto the lives and they are for super chats. They are for maybe a quick, a few card pull, the energy, whatever I'm energetically seeing. Any advice, maybe I can share with you that maybe I've gone through. The one thing I can say is especially with my job, we did notice work was really slowing down. The other thing is we may see this collectively. However, I did mention as we do move towards the 10th, we're actually going to see those situations pick up. A lot of individuals did during Mercury retrograde, Venus retrograde, those were times. And, I'm trying to help people understand to be flexible with transits. And what I mean by that is sometimes when we have, for instance, Mercury retrograde, we have the themes of revisiting the past. Venus retrograde, the same principle. It could be people leaving a relationship that doesn't resonate with them. It could be subjects to money, values, banking, food, depending on the zodiac that it's in. The other thing is when it doesn't happen strictly during that transit, I do feel that sometimes from a spiritual point of view, and this is from a humanistic point of view, we will weigh the pros and cons during that transit, potentially may not be enjoying it, but we may not directly react to it right away. So there always is within about 1 to 2 months after the fact, upon the planet placement going direct, what we can tend to find is we have this revelation, because we've got grounded. Not that I'm saying that all of us are feeling quite grounded. And I did mention the Scorpio moon will really, how could I say, it's deep. Okay. And I'll get into that in a moment. So a lot of you can be feeling quite in the thick of that frequency. You can see the frustration because it's really fantastic to understand transits, but it's also super frustrating when we look at it because it's like a weather forecast, and we're kind of like, okay, this is going to be fun. The pressure, our energy is very tight. It still will be until we reach about December. However, with transits and placements happening in the house of Sagittarius, it can be to do with spirituality, gurus, it's Jupiter in nature. So, although Jupiter is retrograde and things still can be a little bit slow, we're frustrated, we're rowing upstream, but things aren't directly happening as quick as we'd like to. Saturn in the works is also a little bit of a bugbear, and we're going to need to be patient. So if we have maybe the information that I'm sharing with you, you can actually navigate between now and 2024 more effectively without taking it personal. Now, Saturn is where we're maturing. It's structures. I feel like I've got something in my throat. So it's any placements where Pisces, uh, psychology, emotions, habits, diet, it's Venus because it's Pisces. Um, it went from 7 degrees, it was direct. It then went retrograde, moving back to 0. Now, when that happens, we are looking backwards, okay? We're going inside, we're looking to the past, maybe for solutions, and the 12th house is a difficult one, because we really can get to a point pardon me, I might get a drink in a minute. We can get to the point that we don't trust new beginnings. The other thing that can happen is we're having to clean up old situations. Now, now that it's direct, in that direct energy, what we will find is between now and 2024, it's going to take a little bit of time to catch back up to that 7 degrees. So, with that in mind, you may get frustrated. You may be reworking old situations. You could see people around you feeling very nostalgic. That can be your parents, the elderly, because Saturn is older energy as well. It's hierarchies. We definitely will see things to do with bosses coming up. I'll chuck this up on the screen as we get ready to go into it. Thank you, Giggle. So those situations are going to be conflicting. Now, the reason this Scorpio moon is going to be deep is because we do currently have Pluto in Capricorn. We also have Scorpio's deep in a sense that with Saturn and with Scorpio, how you can be relating to circumstances is taking things extremely personal. If you're having a really crappy day, it is going to amplify and fight. If you are having these huge revelations and things coming up for you, and it can be very positive. So the highs and lows can be positive. Also, it is wrapping up the previous nodal cycle. So it can act like an eclipse. This is my opinion. It's almost like one of those sneaky little moon aspects because it was linked to the previous nodal cycle, and most recently we did have the eclipse in Taurus. We can see similar themes coming through, and especially I do feel some of those subjects can maybe show back up again when we have Mercury retrograde the following month. Now, I may be putting a sale up for November. So stay tuned for that. If you haven't subscribed to the website, jump through. I will be putting a different sale up, and that's going to be just for December, select days. So I will keep you posted when that's happening. We'll get into the super chats, but look, it's going to be very tense. I would definitely be very careful of pacifiers. I would definitely check the use by dates on foods. I have been noticing that quite a bit lately. Technology also has been playing up, and I do believe it is because of the Taurus moon, because we have Uranus and Taurus energy, which can be to do with technology. That eclipse is still kind of lingering as we're moving forward. The other thing is because Pluto is wrapping up a cycle, we're getting both energies at the moment, in my opinion, and that can be the cusp between Pluto in Capricorn moving towards Pluto in Aquarius, and that again can directly have changes really happening where it does come to technology. But we shall. Yes, Optus was down. So we've been having those Mercury-related dynamics. Also, it could be to do with solar flares and things to that degree. But transit-wise, I very much do believe it is linking to the energy of Aquarius. We did have a lot of fear-mongering during Pluto visiting Aquarius. It was all to do with IT, technology, how those things are going to change, what that was going to mean for us. I also did have a question of what my opinion would be it psychically or be based on astrology, what I saw for issues happening in different countries and would it potentially settle down. Um, During the Scorpio moon, potentially not. If you do look at your lives at the moment, people that are emotionally, I can't say emotionally intelligent, people that have that self-awareness there, they have understanding of astrology, they have understanding of deep core wounds. you're going to be able to navigate conflict with individuals a heck of a lot better. With the North Node in Aries, we can be quite narcissistic. We can be very determined as well. So if we have been really giving our power away, putting up with rubbish with individuals, what you can find is there's a bit of a pushback and you're creating those boundaries and you're really responding to individuals in a very different way. And you are becoming assertive to tell that person where the boundary is and that it's not appropriate. So as long as you're crossing your T's and dotting your I's, aware that people are going to be triggered and looking at a different way maybe to react to it. This would be a time you'd probably want to go into hermit mode just for a little bit, and just be aware that with the intensity, frustration can be there. As we do move through the weekend, I will be having yes, go and I. We will be having we'll have the super chats on Sunday. The following weekend, I won't be because I do have a wedding, um, but it's going to be hosted earlier. You'll still get your live twin flame updates. You'll get your content. Um, so yeah, okay, let's get into the super chats. So I hope that gives you some sense of context. I'm sure I'll do another energy update. At some point, I'll probably start coming live just for energy updates and keep the maybe add super chats after. But yeah, really trying to get to the point that because I'm not doing the zodiac signs as I'm, what would I say, transitioning. Like all of us, we're trying to find that equilibrium. Um, yeah, wanting to give you some context of the astrology. If you do need anything, however, I can look at your chart, I can look at your energy, um, give you the tips, tell you where the hot points are so you can directly address it. But yeah, just understand that these things can be very deep, murky waters. You also can find sacral chakra energy is rising, aggressive energy, frustration, anxious, panic attacks are possible, keeping you fluid up, checking the use by dates on the food, clearing your home. And just know you could be passionate. Okay, we'll chuck the new list up. Okay, so, and I think Kerry as well. Do we have Kerry there? Yeah, you put it there. Okay. So, Leo next. What would you like to know, my love? Hit me with it. Yep, happy hermit mode. The Pluto and Aquarius can be very interesting. A lot of Aquarians also can be going through some deep changes at this point. It's almost like it's simmering under the surface. I think Pluto really has been quite hectic for you guys. Anything between masculine and I, miscommunication has been coming up. Look, miscommunication, especially with masculines at the moment, and I said this to my clients yesterday and over the last week because I've really had clients every single day after work. Uh, Saturn is a bit of a bugbear at this point. Like I said, 12th house, there's possibilities of the person going inside themselves. There's possibilities of individuals maybe that don't have the communication skills, um, getting to a point where they directly don't articulate it and maybe use pacifiers. So this can be, again, going into hermit mode, being snappy, maybe not directly understanding why they feel so irritable. Also, all of a sudden, maybe heightened intimate energy that can come out of nowhere. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Mm. Well, it was my bad because I should have been here yesterday, but energy did not permit. I do wake up at 3:30. About 3:30 in the morning. You haven't had your coffee yet, gotta tell you. I've been trying to add more fluid. I did notice that I was extremely thirsty this week. It was like, oh, yeah, tummy being a bit funky, again, digestive energy, that can come up as well. Okay, what do we have there between you and Tia? Okay, you could be literally thinking this person is really fair in commitment, okay? This can even be down to the point where you're wondering, okay, is this person just rejecting me? Is this person not relationship material? You also may have, especially in a mirrored sense, I think, sometimes when we're having a conversation with a person, we can misinterpret, we can configure stories in our head, and then we're not saying what we think, we're not saying how we feel, and in some coaching sessions, I directly said the other day, it's like speaking your truth, but also stating that potentially, that person, you may be feeling a certain way, but that person maybe isn't intentionally doing that, but this is how it lands. Do you get what I'm saying? So then the person's not gonna say, "Hey, well, you're directly saying to me, this is what I'm doing to you, and that's not what I'm doing to you." You're saying how it feels, how you're feeling, where your frustrations are potentially, and not necessarily are you stating that that person is doing that on purpose, but that is, you know and then it gives that person an opportunity to articulate. So, it's almost like a bit of poker face energy spiritually going on between the both of you. You're both wondering, okay, is this person ready for a connection? Are they going to be open to it? How do we directly navigate that? And why does that come up? Because of rejection. I think, and I did say with the North Node and Aries, we can have a lot of ego going on. So it could be, pride cometh before a fall. It's nothing ventured, nothing gained. Um, we can get to a point our pride prevents us from taking direct action that we do directly have power on for fear of rejection. But if you don't ask, you'll never know. Does that make sense? So it's about having that spiritual courage. The Scorpio energy can make us paranoid, fearful, protective, or very dominant. We just need to try and find the middle ground with that, especially because currently we have the South Node in Libra. So, you are trying to use your intuition with this, but again, it's presumption energy. The connection is there, but the ironic thing is both of you are actually thinking about it, but neither one of you are really kind of putting the white flag there and saying, "Hey, can we start afresh? Can we turn over that new leaf?" Because uh, you're worried that if you put yourself out there again or address it, which is still a question that you directly have, um, that the rejection energy is gonna be there. But I always say it's a response to the current energy. Does that make sense? So if this person says, "I'm not quite ready for a relationship," that actually doesn't have to be personal, and it doesn't mean it's not going to be. But it does mean that if that's something that you're really desiring and you're like, "Look, I just need to know where this person stands, so I spiritually can make some personal decisions." Um, it's about not running from whatever is articulated. And sometimes it does take them to unpack a little bit. Yeah, you want someone who's very driven. And it's not to say this individual isn't driven. There is a communication breakdown at this point in time. I don't get any negative vibes. I do feel that this person does think about you often. I do think they're actually maybe energetically showing up a bit more in a different way. Um, You kind of feel like you're darned if you do and you're darned if you don't. Does that make sense? And that can be because of surrounding situations. Um, your worry is that you're not going to get your dream, but that's because of where things stand right now. But the advice from the tarot is really saying, really broach that question, it could be being transparent, and it doesn't have to be a direct question to the person. It can be the next time maybe they hit on you or want to come over, you can be like, "Look, I really know what I'm looking for in life, and that's what I'm committed to. I'm committed to a person maybe that is an emperor. They're very driven. They know where they're going. That we can directly communicate. Even if we fight, we're going to be sweet. So whatever that is, it does feel as though you do know where you're going. Um, However, there is a delay in movement due to this kind of elephant in the room needing addressing. Does that make sense? Yeah, it's like getting completely clear, all cards on the table. Don't know what you're doing over there in your home, but it's time to get real. Time is a ticket. That's what I have for you. I hope that helps. Looks okay though, like the person is thinking about you, so that's where the energy's at today. Tracy, let's have a look at your energy, my love. Are you in the house? I could always scroll back on YouTube and see. Have to be all the way up. I wonder if any question was put. I'm so funny yesterday. It was like I was getting the chats, and I was like, "Yeah, maybe I'll make it," and it was like, "No, I'm not going to." Anyway, we'll come back to the yes, it's like there, but it does need to be addressed. Yeah, and just sit with it for a bit. Think about how you're going to do it, and then when the opportunity provides itself, go for it. Okay. Well, Tracy, your energy is always super positive, honestly. Um, the first thing, the first card. Now, yeah, mm, this could be a decision that you want to make because it's funny. The tower card came out, but as it was coming out, it was undecided about whether it was in the upright or the reverse. So I do believe this is a spiritual conundrum you currently could be dealing with potentially. This could be directional. This could be how do I address this? I feel that you are trying to work out maybe what to close, what to start, how to go about something, but you're in two minds about a circumstance at the moment. There could be some old situations. Dang, woke up in time. So, what's the situation currently dealing with, Del? Because we've got the Tower card, and it's this could be something that you like. Do I end this cycle or do I begin a new one? It's like there's a left or right situation. Um, Now, this could be you wanting to pull the pin on a circumstance, but you're like, "Am I doing it too early?" So there's this apprehension to do with something. And this could even be at an intuitive level. You're like, "Okay, is it gonna be okay, or is it, gonna wrap up?" Now, this also can be very assertive. A, because it's the crowning energy. This can be your intellectual energy. Your message to X yesterday. Yeah. So it's like, is it going to be okay? Did I just cause drama? I would say with this card, don't freak out. Um, whatever went down, don't freak out. Don't get up in your head. Don't think it's the end of the world. I'm telling you, these Scorpio transit's going to make us feel that way. It's like, oh, I messed up. I mean, everything is amplified. I mean, I had a few boo-boos this week, and honest to goodness, I literally was like, you are a mess. You're a hot mess. And it's like, stop it. It's a moment. Proceed forward. Um, you're unsure about what to do. Okay? You're unsure how it's gonna go, how it's gonna turn out. It's us you're in the awareness of it. You're just a bit wary. It's funny because how do I put it? We have I don't know whether you like, is this person single? Are they with somebody? It also could be memories of the past, and you're like, has something evolved? Is it different than what it used to be? Your energy is good, okay? I don't get a bad vibe from your energy at all. In the heart of it, it's saying that this person, this could either be A, you're wondering, are they single, are they not? It's coming up as the freedom card at the heart of the situation. I do feel if you're waiting on something, it's coming towards you. The person is showing up in a positive energy. It is the King of Coins. I do feel they've had some major things going on in their life most recently. This could be quite a how do I place it? They've had some hard yards. Okay, they have had some hard yards. They've had some difficult changes. It does appear to be that this person does have feelings for you. Again, over here, it's almost like you're a little bit unsure by it. How do I place it? What are they showing me here? Have you told anyone else? Because they're making reference to somebody else finding out that you have communicated with this person. You're very protected. You're very protected. Now, I don't talk to people like that. Yeah, you're coming up as the queen of coins, but it's they're saying don't be hard on yourself. They are saying that um, you could feel a little bit like, okay, what's going to happen now? You do have the 10 of cups. This person is thinking a lot. Now, I'm not getting anything to do with whether they have responded. The one thing they are telling me is this person is going to respond. That's what they're stating. So if they haven't, they're going to. That's what they're showing me. They are very deeply thinking about the past. They're very deeply thinking about what went down between the both of you. They do see you in a positive light. They also find you to be more assertive than previous. That can be through tone, vibration, but it's coming through like they are seeing you to be assertive. This person's freeing themselves from a toxic situation. They have felt very misunderstood over the years. This can be with people around them, family, etc. They don't let that hold them back, but it has changed them. So the universe is making you wait, honestly. Universe is he did. He wants something else from me. Could it cause like you to feel angry? It could. We do have the overwhelm card here. Now that can be nerves, it can be, is that all it is? Look, I don't get a bad vibe here. I just feel you're like wary. Could they need help with something? There's a possibility. I feel this person's single. It's a cycle that we had been in. You can change the way you approach it, and it can change it. Look, when we do go back into a reconnection with the person we've been with, it can evolve, and it only does require one person. This is what's crazy. It does need both parties to work at things. But even the conversation is the starting point. Every which way you address it, and that's fine because that's why I said the assertiveness. They're picking it. Now that doesn't mean you're not going to hear from this person again. If anything, if you've been truthful, look, I can't do that, and I'm saying money here, um, whatever it is in a value system, because money is personal value, right? It doesn't mean this person is now that they have not been able to get from you what they want, that they're not going to talk to you. No, if anything, they're going to respect you a lot more because you made a decision that was correct for you. Does that make sense? What I am saying is there's still going to be more, but don't stress. Don't think that that has to remain exactly the same. By making the cake differently, you're transforming that person. You can continue to talk. Um, I do think they'll still be moving. They are having a hard time though. They really are. And they're showing up as a king, very positive. So I don't really get any bad energy here. I just feel as though it's gonna be a tactile approach you're gonna have to take with navigating this, but I do think they're gonna talk to you again. I hope that helps. We have Dawn. How you doing, Dawn? Thank you, Giggle, for your assistance, by the way, Giggle. My daughter gave me this candle, and it smells divine. It's a naked lady. I'll get the label off. It's lychee peony. It absolutely smells divine. It's beautiful. She had one when she had her baby, and it was a pregnant lady with a candle carving. How beautiful. You're doing really good. You're being flat out with clients. Okay, what we got? Oh God, that tone I just took then. What we got here is failure to communicate. Feel free, Dawn, to communicate with TF in any which way you need to. Don't feel apprehensive about being honest with things. Um, I'm hearing the term "cat got your tongue." Famous. It smells divine. It smells so good, honestly. It's addictive. And I'm very like I get hay fever, so I love perfume, but I get hay fever. So it's usually natural tones. But that smells divine. Mm. Okay, what do we got? So what are they showing me first? I'm seeing a conversation play out and you end up talking very, very quickly. I haven't seen him. He's been sick and busy working. There is a return to the energy. So again, channeled energy, future energy. I'm actually seeing the communication flow. This person is very much thinking about the connection, the past. They do feel tired. You could be getting up in your head about it, and not in a bad way, Dawn. Like, I don't think you're going retreating backwards, so to speak, or anything like that. But when both parties kind of move away from each other, we get up in our heads. So it could be thinking about things, it could be manifesting. We could go from highs to lows, but then our 3D life is okay. I'm seeing there is gonna be some fast movement forward, but I feel both of you are having a little bit of a spiritual upgrade. You're very, very busy at the moment. This person's scared you may move. They feel spiritually you're growing so quickly that you're becoming more assertive. You know what you want out of life and you're moving towards it. They absolutely admire this. I do feel they're having dream states about you at this point in time. I don't know why. You may start tuning into the karmic. He keeps talking like he's still investing in that crap, making plans to stay. You know, do the reverse psychology. I'm happy for you. Um, and sometimes subconsciously, when we feel safe, for instance, it's a little bit like doing the same job, you know it like the back of your hand. You've got some extra things going on over here, and it's far easier to stay in a situation that you're very comfortable with while you have all hectic things going on there. This person is thinking so deeply, I cannot express how deeply. Like, they're not sharing this with anybody. When they state that, it's because they feel a yes, it could be 100%. Oh, I'm absolutely loving this. I'm not getting that with this person's read. I'm getting that they're thinking about their future. They're thinking about the heaviness. They don't feel that they can completely be um, who they naturally are. I'm hearing wanting to have the cake and eat it too. Now the cake and eat it too, I don't feel this is in an intimate way. That's not to say the person's not attracted to you. It's more to do with the fact that they just want everyone to be happy, but they want 2 worlds. The old world is a comfort world. It's the current one this person's in. This person isn't even explaining to the karmic how they feel. This is weird. I literally looked at the judgment card and it looked like the angel moved across. Something of the past is coming up and there's gonna be a judgment about it. You're gonna get some information in. I also see, a person that is around you, they're making references to 2 people. There are 2 people that are very keen on you. You could be triggering twin at this point, directly because you're very self-focused at the moment. I do see a social event you're going to be going to. They're marking this as a point in time where there's gonna be a change, but I do see 2 individuals here, Dawn. These are they Yep, they're saying, "I do have 2 individuals here on the table that are keen on you." Okay, this could be a marking spot that, when we see a social event in the reading, or rather, this is how my guides work. Now, you want to go to either a physical party you're going to, or a social event. Some social event that you're aware of from that date. It's like the play button, or this directly can be. How do I explain it? Thanksgiving, the very nearest next holiday. Do you get what I'm saying? There could be very strong kind of feelings that come up at that time. And they're also making reference to, uh, Dawn, have you been thinking this person isn't well? Be careful, it's a Scorpio moon. You might want to lay low, girl. I would not be going out. I'd be going, you know what? I'll get sushi and I'll stay home. It's just be aware of your surroundings and your safety. That's one thing I would say. We can't not live. Be aware. And I did say the hot spots really astrologically we're gonna see is, churches, holy temples, fun parks, can be casinos, where else could it be? Public places, official buildings, yes. Just 4 days before, 4 days after, and during, okay? Then after that, be in your awareness. That's what I would say. Nothing here is bad. I do see 2 energies here. Part of you is like, "Okay, once this person comes out of hermit mode, I just don't see them acting any differently." What you may not be aware of is there is some conflict happening behind the scenes at this point in time that, I'm hearing the term bully, and it feels like, the karmic is actually bullying this individual. I don't think they know they're doing it. That's the unfortunate thing. Sometimes when we have a behavioural pattern, we actually don't know we're doing it. So this person is down in the dumps about it. I also feel they're gonna get some news about family, and I don't know what that reference point is, but it feels an unwell family member. This is at a friend house. Oh, cool. So, big changes. Mm, Amy, I better persevere through or I'll fall asleep. Okay, we have Amy. Okay, I will pull the cards and see what I see. Oh, okay, I don't know whether you're gonna be hearing about a fight or that, you are going to have one, but this could be heated energy. Okay, this is I would say you have absolutely no regrets. Hi, sweet. Look, we've got the star card, but it's in reverse and it's in the past. This can be your frustration of, you know, trying to reach a goal, trying to go up, in levels. This is with your twin as well. You really do want a fresh start. This is going to I don't know why I'm getting this. I feel you could be empathizing with the situation, but again, there's two cards here that are signifying potentially A, the karmic is having a fight with TF, or B, is you're getting very frustrated and there's a potential of you and I wouldn't say shooting your mouth off because I don't think that at all. I really do think at times it is absolutely necessary to air the dirty laundry, get everything back on the table so that those pieces of the puzzle can be reconfigured. Sometimes as we're waiting to watch paint dry, we already could be 10 steps in the correct direction of moving towards our goals, but we may delay it because we empathize and understand and we feel that that person needs to make a decision. We also can make a decision and by making that statement to do with the decision, it actually can help this person really weigh the pros and cons and go, okay, what am I going to do from here? There is a circumstance surrounding finances. I also feel your career coming through at this point. This can be a hobby or a business. I feel you're very determined, you're very driven. But there is a subject to do with marriages and divorces there. Yeah, there's some crap going on. You also have needs of what you want, but if you're having sleeping pattern issues, yeah, you don't know what to do with it. You do feel that if you state your case, you've stated it 100 times. Um, I wouldn't necessarily say by talking certain statement pieces can be ultimatums. Ultimatums are more threats. That's what I'm looking at, right? I don't see that. But a statement is it's a little bit like algebra. This equals that. That's the outcome. I feel you are looking to this. I do feel you're trying to hold it inside. I also do feel Trent is quite frustrated with karmic. I do think they've been pouring a lot of energy into work. They might have been we have the overindulgence card, so they might have been, overthinking. They might feel overwhelmed. They also could be going through a transition at this point. There is a fresh start here. I do feel it's after the moon. I do feel a home truth is gonna come up, but you're gonna have to use your intuition because I do feel something's coming from your hair. Sort of got like, somebody isn't being transparent completely, but I feel something's hidden. It is ask like, I literally do think something to do with divorce is coming up. I also do see you going on a trip. You could be thinking to the past. Last I spoke with him, he very tired and overwhelmed. Yeah, I think everyone collectively is. And look, we generally do get to that when we know we're needing to make a change. The frustration is how do we address that in a responsible way? Especially if we have too much on our plate. But, TF's really coming through like this. Now, does this mean that the person is a grumpy person? Not necessarily. Like I said, the level of ascension and the maturity is how the outcome comes. However, if they don't articulate how they feel, there is that risk then of, sort of like verbal diarrhea coming out of nowhere and the person saying something at the most inappropriate time. I don't I feel this person likes to sip things and mull it over, but I do directly feel this whole situation is really frustrating them because they do know what you mean and what you're needing, and they feel the same. Okay? Giggle. Let's see yours. What time is it where you are in the world, my love? The candle. It is so bloody divine. I'm a bit crazy. What do I see for Giggle? Should have some ambient elevator music playing in the background. Oh, 34 months. It's like we're married, Giggle. Okay, what do you got, Dale? What in the plot is going on with Waldo? I literally said that the other day. I was like, "Where's Wally?" You know, that book. Have his intentions changed? I'm making a You're a dog. Oh, man, you're seriously comparing, like, notes on who that person used to be, the huge change, and you're like, "Okay, has the liver lost its spots?" You know, is this? Because it's like, I don't know, man. I literally feel like you're looking at this person, and this is by no means it's so hard being a YouTuber, you know, how to articulate things, really being mindful of 101 Dalmatians that watch, without somebody potentially, taking it out of context. You know, a joke is a joke. Okay, what I'm doing is I'm trying how do I articulate this? This person has split personality at the moment, and you're like, "Is this does this person have a split personality? Is there something I'm missing?" I feel this is your viewpoint. These are the rabbit holes, and I literally feel these cards are about you and your viewpoint. First card off the bat, right? We have your light. You need to get like, in your opinion, this person needs to get their crap together. Could they be overwhelmed and have a lot? You are also mulling over all the lovely strict things you'd like to do to pull this person out. Now, these two cards are oozing two different personalities to me. It's weird. That's the vision that was shown to me. And they're both pages. Unfortunately. Okay, and pages, what do we get with pages? Pages can be a fresh start, a small offer. You also may be feeling as though this person just gives crumbs. I wouldn't necessarily say this person does give crumbs. I would say that you naturally are happy with an entree, and then you progress to, a main meal, and then hopefully we are then moving to dessert from there. You know, it depends on how many course meals, man. So you're looking at this and you're like, okay, I'm looking to the past and I'm looking to the future, and it seems like a repetition of patterns. You also could look. I'm just going to rattle off all the things that you think. Ah, I'm like, my guides are screaming at me to tell you. So it's on one breath, you're like, okay, maybe that person bats for the other team. Has that person got another person? Is there some unfinished business here? Like, you have an interesting mind, my friend. Okay. There is a cycle that is wrapping up, and it's not that you don't understand when a person has maybe gone through a breakup, had some traumas. It takes a little bit of time. You're reasonable to that point. Some of you spiritually is feeling as though they have a lot on their plate. They're trying to move too many parts, and it's just not balanced or working for them. You're wondering what has to happen for that to shift. Then we get to the karma energy. Okay, I'm going to pull three cards and go, okay, what is going on with this? You're like, what's gone down? Something shifted in this person. Yeah, what does he think? Exactly. Giggle. Clearly, this person's not thinking. This person doesn't look like they're thinking. They don't have a solution. You think they're scared of commitments. I don't think they're scared of commitments. I do think they have something going on. At times, they believe you deserve better. Spiritually, I'm getting 2 messages, one coming from you, one coming from that side. They know damn straight if they were to entertain another individual, they would be hella in trouble, okay? You're like, "You don't pass that test, there will be grave consequences." Yeah, you're like, "This person's not ready to commit." That's how you're looking at it. That's how they're showing up and reacting. Okay, what is the real issue, please? I think it's almost like both you are mirroring each other at this point. It's like, things get really hot and heavy, and then this person's retreating back because this person does feel that, it's a very spicy connection. Oh, look, I do think you're gonna hear from this person. I do think you may give a bit of a mouthful. You're also gonna make a statement piece to them. They are showing up as a lord, okay? So that's nothing negative. I do think you're gonna have a candid conversation. It feels like a threat, but it's a statement. There's a difference between a threat and a statement, as far as I'm concerned. A threat is an act in which to there's the cause and effect, and it's a statement piece, but there's a difference between I'm making a statement, there is the cause and effect, or you're doing something to directly manipulate someone. Do you get what I'm saying? Probably not coming out correctly, but yours is a flat blank statement. You don't get this together. This is the consequence, and I ain't playing. Yeah, you're coming up as the Ace of Swords girl. Okay, they also can be going through a bit of a detox at this point. They're saying that you can have a trigger point, um, I would say over the next 2 weeks, but it does feel it's gonna pass. They're making reference to the point you're going to have clarity, I would say, in the next 2 weeks, but I feel it's coming sooner. But more the clarity is very separate to communication coming in. I feel the clarity is to do with, okay, is this hot or not? Is it going to go that next level? Are we able to? What's happening here? And they're making reference to the next 2 weeks. Okay, I hope that helps. But this person, they're retreating back. They know they don't have forever. They're being critical on themselves. Like a lot of things that you've been thinking, they've been thinking about themselves. They, how do I explain it? It's like, you snooze, you lose. Okay? There's going to be a deep conversation. Honestly, I just noticed something here. This literally looks like first thing, and I've been so jumpy lately. It's like picking up on ghost energy. This here, I don't know if you can see it. I'll try and get it really close. It literally looks like a hand tapping them on their head. Did you see that? A hand floating in the air, tapping, and it is a feather. But going far enough back, it looks like a somebody, and I feel this is a loved one on the other side that is kind of tapping them on the head. "What are you thinking? What are you doing?" It feels like they're getting very assertive with them. If you know this guy or this individual that maybe transcended over you directly, can ask them to intervene and assist, and I feel this is directly gonna help the situation. I hope that helps. Okay, who do we have next? We have Shasta. I have this lovely lady at work, and I told her that I couldn't get your name, and that I call you Shazza, and I got her name wrong when I first started working. I got it right first, then I got it wrong, and then she says to me, "It's Sharon," so I call her Shazza. You're a dag giggle. Mm. Okay, let's see what we have for the lucky Shasta. Thank you for sticking around all. Feel free to, after the video is saved, if you want to come back and tell me how this reading directly has been kind of playing out for you. Okay, what do we have for Shasta? Oh, you got conflict here. 9 o'clock at night, my mother's calling. That's very interesting. Girl working. Sorry, Ma. I'll have to call her back. Okay. Mm. Okay, there's conflict here. I'm a Shazza, the first. 100%. I told her that. I did tell her. Okay, there could be some dynamics that you're going through at the moment. Yes, I do, but I'm trying not to get too much. Okay, you can't look, the creating energy doll is the 5 of wands. You can have a crap ton of things you're trying to do, address, deal with. There also could be pettiness. You're trying to climb out of a funk. Yeah, it feels busy as shit. It feels very stressful. You also could have colleagues around you that are very agitated. You're just trying to keep out of the crossfire. Does that make sense? You're trying to keep out of the drama. I'm hearing shine bright like a diamond. It's almost going to go in your favor for some reason. I do feel with TF, this does appear to be that this person is, I'm getting going really quiet, but also thinking very reflectively about you. You're not having nobody be selfish. I resigned. I'm moving on. Well, that's what it looks like. Look at this. So I'm just getting the heck out of Dodge. I'm getting the heck out of Dodge. Look, sometimes spiritually, it feels as though, and this was the first thing with the card I saw, and I read intuitively, right? Is that for some reason, and I still feel it's going to go in your favor, okay? It's look at all these people bickering. Look at the person at the very top. It could be that they're, you know, I keep getting all these songs. Okay. It's like you're the sunshine, you're bringing things up to the surface, fixing them, holding the ship afloat. Now, by you removing yourself from that situation, what happens? It's going to turn into a hot mess. And I feel this hot mess um, then shows how much you actually did. I feel peaceful about TF and I think it's a nice space. 100% because, I was actually saying this to a couple of clients last week. What we do need to get is once we reach closure and peace, we're in a better standpoint, we're in a better headspace. Then instead of asking questions, pushing, making statements, it's just really about getting into the good vibe, which is enjoying that person's company, keeping the communication open, no expectations. And you'll find when you do that, it actually goes in your favor because the person pursues you further. Okay. And that's what they're saying here in the cards. Mm, yeah, you just want something laid back at the moment. You may take a pause, but I do directly think there is an opportunity for you to move to a different role, to move to a different company. What are they saying to do with that? Hmm. You could be in a rush to get into it, but they're saying take your time. If you do have the money, take your time. Have a break if need be. You will not regret leaving. That's what they're saying. You have left a hot mess behind. I feel peaceful about Tiff. Okay, so I do think Tiff's going to have something to do with their family coming up. I also feel when if they haven't heard already, um, what you may find is they're quite surprised that you've been assertive and close to chapter down. I think they're gonna be impressed. They may not, but it's also gonna help teach them how they can close cycles out. When something isn't resonating, it's about accepting the fact it doesn't resonate with us and then deciding how we're going to approach that situation moving forward. Sometimes we can go into avoidance, especially if the tower card's in reverse, but I see you actually being the one to pull the tower down because you're like, "Look, enough is enough. I need to move forward with this." Um, it's not to say you're not traditional and you won't give positions, love, etc., all your all, because I do feel they're making a statement of less is more, and I think a very karmic lesson has been learned through this. And I feel what you're looking for is going to be something that is going to provide money, but it's not going to overwhelm you, where it's going to be taking your life, so to speak. I think we're really spiritually looking for that middle ground at this point. You are coming through as the Queen of Swords as your outcome. I feel in general, a lot of people around you are learning very karmic lessons. This can be if they have kind of related to you in a certain way, they're now seeing that they're unable to because you've created that boundary. I will say Twin is thinking intimate thoughts about you. They're not sharing this information, but they are actually thinking intimate thoughts about you. I do think they're going to tell you something private about what is happening in their life. They feel they can be candid to you on that level. And they're also making reference to the fact that yes, okay, you want this person to approach you, you want this person to move towards you. There is some intensity. I do feel some hidden secrets coming out. Does feel pretty heavy. You also spiritually may feel as though you're less what would the word be? Obsessive. And I don't know if we could actually call it obsessive, but it's like less fixated. You're very neutral. And that's actually, again, attracting it. But I definitely am saying, like, DNA relative that's on the other side, you're going to get justice. This is going to go in your favor. The last thing I will tell you is if there is very heavy crap going on at work, you will not let them mess with you. Future tense. Cross your T's, dot your I's, but I do directly feel you're very protected. And I don't know why I was almost seeing paperwork involved in it. Um, if you wanted to pursue it further because you felt it was unjust, immoral, or maybe they didn't follow the book, they're making the reference to the justice card, which can be you pursuing it further. I'll leave it at that. Sally, that light's so bright. What have we got for Sally? Okay. Okay, your TF has changed in energy. I feel it has been very, very quiet. However, I do feel this person does have an individual around them that's very jealous. Yeah, just dot your I's and cross your T's, girl, because it's like they're coming for you. Dot your I's and cross your T's. You've got it in the bag. You'll be fine. This karmic's a piece of work. I'm asking about the nature of my connection. Okay, this person feels very, how do I explain it? Very insecure, very, I'm hearing the term monstrous. I feel so, but I do feel this person is jealous as heck. Now, why do I get something has shifted between the both of you? Because I do feel it's about to if it hasn't yet. What I am getting is some sense of attention is gonna be placed towards you, but it is gonna be taken from the karmic, and I feel this is gonna cause a bit of a shit show. This person's breaking a binding contract. I don't know why I get also I feel you're going to be moving. Yeah, I do feel movement. You've got the star card here. You do have some money coming. I also feel you could actually maybe hear something through the grapevine. This also could be spying. I recently called him out so nice. I actually do get a good feeling though. I do feel how do I explain it? Yeah, look, this could be anything down to you looking at the person and going, "Look, I know you like me. I know you're into me. I don't know why you're kidding yourself." It's like it feels self-assured, but it feels logical, okay? Um, it's almost like the energy that's coming through is like, "Stop playing. Stop that facade. Like, you can't do that with me. It doesn't work. You're being silly." That's how it's coming through. Does that make sense? His eyes. That can be intuitive energy, like not trusting their own intuition. Is this person worried about losing money? Yes. There is gonna be a truce between the both of you. I feel you're gonna be talking more. I don't get a bad vibe. I do feel the star card. It is coming back. It's not yeah, I'm not getting a negative energy. I'm not getting a negative energy. Get ready for a change. It does feel it's gonna happen very quickly. There is something that, they're addressing from the past. This also can be with you. They also can be, it can mhm. I feel a truce is coming. It just keeps saying a truce, but he drives you cray cray. Yep, I can see that. There's a bit of war past here, but other than that, I do feel just don't let it go to extremes, okay? That would be my one piece of maybe personal advice. I do feel something's coming to a head here. I feel you ultimately in your own energy, you're fine. But the one thing I do get is there's intensity here. It's funny, it's almost like this person has a very young energy coming through at the moment. That can be that they've gone back to being a little bit quieter and introverted than they have been in a while. They definitely do feel that they're thinking about maybe some statements that you made. They do have some personal choices they're wanting to make in their life. I would say uh, they're mentioning 3. Now, could that be 3 days, 3 months? I feel more 3 days. I do directly see more communication, though. The first thing they're showing me is maybe, could be a possibility of a text message, but it feels more proper conversation. Okay? Kerry, let's see what's coming up for you, my love. I hope you are safe and well. Ugh, you're trying to be patient. You are love that you're trying to be patient. Okay. They're saying you're gonna have too much of a good thing, but they're also saying that with situations, be realistic. Sometimes we can get up in our heads, sometimes we can tell ourselves a bunch of false stories. You're trying to, in general, do everything on the up and up. People around you may be projecting towards you and making you feel that you haven't done enough, but I definitely feel you are. Most welcome, Sally. Okay, good. They're making reference to socializing with a person of the past. This person can be a bit of a manipulator. They're also saying keep your cards close to your chest for these individuals. I also feel there is an individual that is a bit of a gold digger that could be around you. You're nervous. This could be for various reasons. You also do get nervous. The temptation energy is there. Is there a slight I don't know why I get the children going to a different school and bumping into TF. It feels very close. The one thing I will say is don't be scared of the tower, okay? There can be a reluctance to end a cycle in your life, and these can be cycles. They're saying, be open to it. You could be in a better position than you think. But they're saying be open to it. I do feel from a social standpoint, you're very, very careful about what you do, what you say. Um, let that go. Nothing bad here, my love. Frustrations, maybe. Intensity. Also feel father energy contacting you. This can be TF's father. Almost like could be gossip, could be, but it feels more information based. We'll leave it at that. LET. Now you had a question, my love. Let's go up and see your question. I did see it yesterday. Probably on here. I don't know why it was there yesterday. Might have to wait for you to place your question. Thank you so much, Giggle. You have been absolutely amazing. Okay, I'll pull the cards. Hopefully, Ali T is still here. I believe it was something to do with family. No, I can't remember. What was your question, my love? Hit me with it. What did you want to know through the cards? Hmm. And if any of you do want to join the super chat on Sunday, I'll be here again. The following Sunday, I won't be. It'll be only midweek. Okay. I have a very flat out week ahead of me next week. So if you haven't booked a reading, book a reading now, especially on the weekend. Can you offer guidance on how to make the best choices between these two partners? Okay, let's see. Generally speaking, I do believe we need to know that each person has equal opportunity to give you good and to hurt you. Okay. So there's no right or wrong answer. Your heart also can also sort of get to a point where you have nostalgia. Okay. Sometimes when it is attached 22 and it's a choice between two paths, sometimes, and even if it's none of them. Yeah, 100%. Like people in general can hurt us, right? Okay, one I'm getting is very trusted. It feels safe. The other though has it's coming up as the devil card. Now, it could be chemistry, it could be full of passion. Um, that's the way you're looking at them, okay? Uh, So look, and the other thing is for the transits at the moment, that Scorpio energy can be really acting as a healing agent. So it can be to do with people of the past, and it's like, look, I really just need to heal this, but it won't go away. CZ met Ashton 5 years ago, and I feel stiff. Hmm. Then it would spiritually mean that you somehow need to reach closure point with that individual. Um, let's look at the closure point. This person could have been there for you in a very interesting way. It could have been the way in which you both met. Avoidant runner. I think we all run. I think as we run towards a person, we physically are running. So when we look at another individual, because the projection is the reflection, what I observed was I was trying to always prove, whereas the other person was like, they were trying to run and avoid. After a week of marriage, he just left. Look, that's a bit sounds very similar to PF journey, really. But again, look, it was faith, it was belief systems. I see this person to be a very gentle, kind person. I do feel they are now in their life very selective about what they do go into. They take time. They are really thinking about these things. I do think this person is a very rational person. Their energy is coming through like they don't know what to say. Okay, so there's a bit of a pause on how that is going to be. But I do directly think at this point in time they're considering, thinking, feeling. Um, in their future, their energy currently right now is unsure about where they're going. So they feel they're in a bit of a catch 22. Now, the other individual you made reference to, um, this is a person that, with this situation, there's great passion. They also could be maybe, there is a possibility, it doesn't have to be 100%, but they're making reference to a hierarchy, which, could be a manager, a boss, or something to that degree. But it's superior energy I'm getting. I feel this person severed a contract previously. This could be with karmic, or it could directly be, with a title as per se. Now, this individual takes a tactical approach when dealing with circumstances. They can be quite flighty and temperamental. I don't necessarily get that in a bad way, but I do feel as though there is a possibility this person does make spur of the moment decisions. They've got some crap going on over here. This could be to contract, a divorce, but it's something. Again, I can't give you legal advice, but it's something like that. I do feel this person is going to come into money. Okay, 3 cards. Who should this individual choose? I think your heart knows. Okay? Yeah, you need to get out of your head and into heart space. That's what they're saying. You have somebody that maybe has Scorpio somewhere in their chart because we have the 8 energy here, but there's a lot of passion between you. Your mind at the moment can make you go over and over and over again. Old jealous energies can come up as well. These can be insecurities, but you are directly coming up in a very positive light. And you are going to get your harvest, but it's like if you're looking at this circumstance and you're feeling one will be better than the other, the only way you're going to be able to take that is A, if the person, it's the heart energy. It's like, what makes my heart sing? And I'm motivated to reinvest and pour energy into it for the good, the bad, the ugly. I've always feel his energy linger. Yeah, it's like there's definitely unfinished business, but potentially there is a possibility you have unfinished business with both. So it doesn't have to be that we need to move down the rabbit hole of intimacy, but we can really take a little bit of time to really investigate why these things are coming up. And by having that interaction with that person, you actually can reach a lot of closure. I also feel 17th, 18th, 19th for you can be quite significant. And I also feel a celebration coming for you, but you are gonna have a happy outcome. But at the moment, I feel this initially is going to be about a little bit of healing and digging. Okay, my love? I hope that helps. Thank you very much for those of you that joined us. Thank you, Giggle. I don't know what I'd do without you, honestly. Take care, and I will see you next week. Oh, no, not next week. Um, I will be seeing you on potentially midweek next week, but also this Sunday. Now, if you do want a booking, I will be putting the sale up on my website soon. I'll try and remember to put it in an update in the community post. Stay tuned for all our other updates. Take care. Love to hear your feedback. See you on the other side.